Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a game between Mil.Stephano and Empire.Kas. It is a TVZ on Shakuras Plateau, a map where the Terran player can go on 3 bases before the Zerg as long as he does open up with Hellions and does a light contain down here, and this is the best European Terran versus the best European Zerg. This game should be pretty darn good. Kaz doesn't really go to that many tournaments, or at least I don't think he does. That's why he doesn't have many good showings. He did just kind of win that Copenhagen Games tournament that he won against Welmu, I think, in the finals. I don't know who it was. Very nice tournament that just got no publicity whatsoever. I think it was going along the sides of MLG and DreamHack. That was like the third tournament in that weekend, and well, it just didn't get any love. But Kaz is a very good Terran player. He is constantly at the top of that EU ladder, and if he's not at the top, he is at least the top Terran player. He plays so ridiculously much, and Stephano doesn't really play that much, but he is still considered the best European Zerg and probably the best European overall, and not even European. Let's not stop there. Stephano most likely is the best foreigner overall, or at least the most consistent. And that kind of goes along with his training style. He does train via the ladder mostly. I don't know if that has changed just yet. But both these players do use the ladder as training, and they just mass out games. At least Kaz does. Stephano, he does a little bit different in his training. He knows what he needs to work on, and he works on that. At least that's what I've taken from his interviews. I think it was Getting Personal with Miss Vixen. I think that was the interview. I don't know what it was. But Stephano said he thinks like the key to his success is how he trains. And it's not that he just masses games. It's that, like, if you watch my vlog, I think it was vlog number 2, maybe 3, about just picking certain aspects of the game and working on them. And that's what Stephano pretty much said he did. And it has proven to be pretty darn good. He does play a lot more than in the past. His not playing the game all that much is a bit of a misnomer. I think that's the correct use of that word. Back when he won IPL, he didn't play that much, but since then, he's become a lot more serious in pro gaming and has played a lot more because he even streams quite a bit, or he has in the past. I think he may be on a little bit of a break now. I haven't seen him online nearly as much. I know right around the time when he came to Texas and all that stuff, he was streaming quite a bit. So, anyways, on this map, as I did say, Terran can do a light contain on the Zerg and take a third base faster than them, and we'll see if Kaz does just that. Stephano is mining gas right now, went for that pool before the gas, so gonna get relatively late speedlings. He will be getting a spine caller around 5 minutes. And did I say both these players train on ladder, and that kind of makes them very passive players? I don't expect either of these players to be aggressive. Their builds are just things that work against anything. You can throw anything at Kaz, you can throw anything at Stephano, and they're both going to have a good chance of defending it. They're not gimmicky one bit, they just play extremely safe, and that is why they do so well in these tournaments. Stephano, we'll see how well he does in GSL Code S, because, well, he said he got an invite and plans on going there. But in these, like, tournaments that we have in, like, the foreign land, it's a lot of mass gamings, a lot of BO1s and stuff, and that's where Kaz and Stephano's play style really shine. That allows Kaz to win all those weekly tournaments that he does. He wins so many Zotag, Go for StarCraft 2, whatever EU tournaments he does compete in. He does very well because he plays very safe, really hard to beat him, and Stephano, that's why he gets to, like, so far in every tournament. Why at MLG he was the last foreigner remaining, because his play is so safe. When he plays against a player, he's not trying to train builds against them, which is better. Don't get me wrong, that is better, but up to a point. Stephano is just very safe, which makes it very hard to play against him. So we'll see exactly how that does in GSL. I am very curious. We do have the Hellions going to be coming out, and these Marines trying to scare away the one overlord, stopping from getting any scouting information. And Hellions just picking up on the watchtower, will be coming in. And Stephano does have the spine caller already done before the Hellions get there. Hellions just going to, again, do a light contain. 2 queens going to come down, protect that ramp. Stephano not even going to worry about building Zerglings with the 2 queens in the spine caller. He doesn't really have to worry about any Hellion run-bys. And seeing the expansion, seeing those handful of Marines, he probably doesn't have to worry about anything else going into what his vision was. I guess it could be a Marauder Hellion from all Stephano does see, but he's playing against Empire.Kas, not TSL Pult, so probably not worried about that in the least. We do have Stephano going for a relatively fast layer. And, yeah, not all that much. Is getting a lot of gas, and this is definitely a lot of gas. Now going to be building his first set of Zerglings, pretty much 6 on the way. But he is up to 4 gas right now. And, the lair is just now finishing, and he is getting a Spire. So Stephano is going to be going with mutas, and that is something we don't see every day, guys. Stephano, not the best muta player around, but he's still pretty darn good. Does make good decisions with them. He just normally prefers that Infestor play, and maybe he's going mutas because he is up against Empire.Kas. And, well, Stephano going mutas is just unheard of. He never does that. So he's going to get mutas and try to take Kas by surprise. You can see he doesn't have any missile turrets up yet. We'll see if he ends up getting any right around 9 minutes, which is generally when you see Terran players getting missile turrets up to defend against mutas, because mutas coming in base a little bit after 10 minutes. It looks like Stephano's mutas may come just before 10 minutes. That is a relatively fast bio. Keep in mind, those lings weren't building until pretty much that lair finished. So Stephano playing very greedily right now. And you can see, just has so many drones. Oversaturated by about 8 on each base, and that is so when he takes his third base, when the third base finishes, he's instantly saturated on minerals. So Kas right now, he doesn't have as many SCVs because he can't produce them as fast, but when he takes his third base, which his command center is done, you can see he can't instantly saturate it. He doesn't have the spare SCVs. Stephano, down a here on those drones, and that's not with those 3 mules. Kas, I mean, yeah. So, going to this work account, 58 to 45. Kas right now will have more base as soon as this decides to land. It can land anytime it wants to. But there's no benefit to it landing because, again, the saturation isn't maxed at any base. So by landing it there, he'd just be spreading his SVs, not really helping it all that much. Lings do come down, going to be scaring away these Hellions, allowing Stephano to take a double expand while these mutas are coming out. So as soon as Stephano takes map control, he is going to be doing that double expand. As I did say, has plenty of drones. So as soon as the base does finish, he will just get mass saturation. And those mutas are going to come in, pick off a handful of SCVs. SCVs running to the missile turret. Only 1 missile turret by Kas, and now Marines are coming in, and that will force these mutas back. But going into the workers killed, he has killed 7, killed those Hellions. Going up into this loss tab, you can see Stephano losing around 412 minerals less than Kas. But he did get a missile turret up in the right time to deal with mutas again because just his play is so solid. And that's such a good example of Kas not really playing to the player, just playing to the game. Against Stephano, most Terrans wouldn't even bother building a missile turret, but Kas, he doesn't cut any corners. This is ladder. He just plays his build, plays against Stephano like he's playing against any other Zerg. He doesn't let Stephano saying he's an Infestor player. He doesn't let that happen. And oh my god, the stim pack almost done. Looks like that will be getting sniped by these mutas. And that does mean that Kas can no longer move across the map for another, like, 90 seconds, I would say, because you wouldn't want to move out without stim. Just because without stim, these mutas are actually halfway decent against Marines. Stim is what gives the Marines the DPS to take out the mutas very quickly. Without stim, Marines don't really kill mutas that quickly. And the mutas AoE actually allows mutas to do okay against Marines. I wouldn't say they do well, but a 50 mineral unit doesn't beat a 100 mineral unit, 100 unit. So yeah, if you wonder what 100 means, 100 minerals, 100 gas. Pretty much mutas are 4 times more expensive at minimum. I'd say more around like the 5 or 6 times more expensive than a Marine. But Marines with Medivacs and Stim do beat mutas. Go figure. We do have a +2 flyer attack on the way for the mutas, and the mutas are also much better at harassing than any Marine. So definitely balanced there. Not any gripes at all. We do have 3 base versus 4 base. Stephano up to 63 workers, and we have Kas up to 64 SCV. So both players mining about the same going into this. You can see that Kas, with those mules, does mine a lot more minerals, but also Stephano has less drones on those minerals, mining a lot more gas. Look at Stephano's gas, almost double what Kas's gas is. So definitely what Stephano is focusing on. You can see no real drones mining those minerals, a lot more just on the gas. And we do have Stephano going to be taking out that armory, and now going to be going up into the mineral line, taking out even more SCVs. His worker kill count is up to 16, and these mutas still doing damage against Kas. That is a long time those mutas have been able to be in the base, and now the muta's going to be taking out the Tech Lab once again, trying to prevent that combat shields, and Stephano probably thinks that was stim, and lost a lot of mutas in that. I don't think that combat shields was worth it, just because, well, if it was stim, it was worth it, but there's no way for Stephano to know that. Kas did build stim at the little bit safer barracks way over here. I don't know if that's safer. This one actually looks safer because the mutas, while going from this main, they can swing over here to the natural and pick off the Tech Lab on the way. So, Kas may just be getting lucky, Stephano unlucky, whatever you have it. He is at 2 Spires, though. And that is one thing about Stephano muta play that not many Zergs do, is he does go double Spires quite a bit. And he just gets those upgrades out as soon as possible. And let's take a look at his mineral saturation. This one, good. And over here. And that's relatively good. So not bad, only like 2 drones idle on saturation-wise. He could chance with 2, a few up to his third base or fourth base and be a little bit better, but that's not going to make a difference at all. Mutas are coming in, burning down buildings, burning tech labs, and going to be going back into these SCVs. And Kas, he is just moving out across the map. He is just about done, 2-2. And +3 is about an eighth of the way away from completing tanks. So they're going to siege up, and Stephano is going to be losing his main base. It looks like he is just engaging with the base trade, playing this ZVT like he was playing ZVP. He's like, okay, just take out all my shit. I don't care. I'm going to go and kill your stuff. And now, oh my god, Kas leaves his tanks unprotected, allowing these Lings to come in and demolish them. Oh, that was a huge loss. And now those Lings will do relatively okay against the Marines, especially if Stephano ends up building a lot of Banelings. There's no more tanks to just take out these Lings en masse. There is a Thor. Now those Lings are going to go on the Thor along with the Magic Box. Lings and mutas coming in to clean up those Marines. Going into the workers killed, Kas did kill 30 right there. Stephano has killed 47, but that is 47 throughout the game. That's not the insta-30, so going into the workers, it's 52 drones to 53 SCVs. So right now, Kas, he is still in this, despite how bad it looked when those mutas did all the damage, and how bad it looked for Stephano when he lost his natural and his main. I mean, his spawning pool still lives, his spire still lives, his infestation pit still lives. So Stephano not really that far behind, and he's actually rebuilding his spawning pool. I guess he's accepting that is going to go down eventually, and we'll start the rebuild. Mutas taking out these rocks so we can try to clean up these Marines. And now the Mutas are going to come in, not let the Marines get up in those medvacs to retreat. Wants to keep them all trapped down here. If he does this, then he will be able to pick these all off very cheaply. And that is a huge portion of Kas's army. And he gets up in the medevac. The Mutas are coming. We'll be picking off those medevacs right now. Oh no, only one medevac goes down, and that was almost unloaded. Stephano being just a little bit too slow. And I should mention that Kas, he's only mining off of one base. He is getting another command center up, and that will be inevitably bad. You can go into the resource tab now, and you can see, whoa, not mining all that much, Kas. So he did have the worker advantage, but being on just one base means he is way oversaturated. And this one tank sieging down. Lings do finish off that one extractor. Now Stephano just looking for any ninja bases around the map. 126 supply to 122 supply, +3 armor though, just about done for Kas. He's going to be at 3-3. Those mutas right now at 2-2, not getting any more upgrades for them at the moment. Lings are at 1-1. He does have infestors out now with pathogen glands, so they can fungal growth quite a bit. 100 energy on that one, so all around 100. About 30 more seconds, he will have enough for 2 fungals per infestor. And that is a scary moment. I can't say how critical it was that Kas lost those tanks right here in that base trade. Stephano going to be taking both these bases. Now getting that spawning pool was a little bit silly. Spire is taking damage. He is like, oh my god, I still have my Spire up. Let's research +2. And going to be getting his lair over as third, just building more and more infestors. And this is the play that we know from Stephano. His Ling infestor are going to be going back to what he knows. And these misters will be going down. Those mutas again already at 2-1. We'll be at 2-2 by the time the Hive finishes, or the Greatest Spire finishes, I should say. Mutas now coming in. Few Marines do pull back. Muta's going to be trying to pick off the starport. Don't get it quite yet. And oh my god, he is going to save that starport. That could not have been any closer. If the Mutas turned around and hit one Marine, I think this a starport would have fallen because you could just blow on it, and that Glaive Worm would have happily bounced over to the starport and taken it out possibly. We do have the one supply depot burning down to the ground, so once this SCV does finish, he's got his work cut out for him repairing yet another building. Stephano up at 162, supply Kaz at 147, so both players doing fairly well. Stephano, though, has more in the bank, stacking 1400. That Greater Spire now has started, so maybe he's going to start getting Corruptors out and just wait for his Broodlords. Muta's going to be coming in, now picking off the eBay, but there's already 3-3 done, so taking the eBay down doesn't do all that much. Thor is on the way to the Mutas, and Stephano, if he loses Mutas, he's not going to be too upset. That just means the Terran player Kaz can move out of his base. Stephano does have a force that he can still delay Kaz from moving out. It's going to be very tough for Kaz to do damage without Ghost, I would say, in this case, just because of all the Infestors that are out, or without a lot of medevacs to do drops absolutely everywhere, because Stephano right now has all his Infestors up at his Kaz's doorstep. So if Kaz starts doing like a double drop, drops down here, takes out the Infestation Pit and Greater Spire, and also drops up here, Stephano could take a lot of damage. Muta's going to come back, try to take out the starport, limiting the number of medevacs on the field, and also preventing Vikings from being built, just so when the Broodlords do come, there's not going to be an easy Viking to kill them. Of course, doesn't want medevacs because right now that is what will kill Stephano, is medevac play. And I think I saw possibly a medevac over here. I saw something blue, I thought, and the Corrupt is coming from that side, so maybe Kaz did try, and Stephano's Overlord spread may have seen it. Also, Stephano has that watchtower. Infested Terrans going off on these tanks to take the tanks on out, and does not get another one. Looks like he took 2 tanks out in that small skirmish. And Kaz getting an eBay up right here. Maybe just to start getting a wall up, going to be turtling as hard as he can. And now he's probably seen the Muta count stopped coming. He saw the Infestors out, so he probably has a good idea about the Broodlords that will be coming on. And I think that's only, the layer morphing, so probably has an idea the Broodlords should be coming out soon, just because, again, saw that Infestor count get high and the Mutas kind of stopped being aggressive. And now the Brood's going to come in to siege up on this 1 PF, and there is no defense by Kaz right now. Getting a missile turret, that's not too good against Broodlords. Do you have a starport, dude? Yes, you do. You have 2 starports. Getting Vikings out. If he left that one, if that starport with the reactor got saved, there is a drop coming down here, and oh man, Mutas do pick it up at the same time. We don't have a drop over here. Small group of units right here, so it looks like Kaz trying to do the drops, but again, Stephano just a little bit too quick. I don't know how he got those Infestors back in time, but he did. Huge foam goes going down all over Kaz's army, and there goes the GG. And let's just see how quick that reaction was on this one drop. It was right around here. Okay. So that Overlord does see it. And now 3 Marines drop. That's unique. But once he sees that, does he have units back at his base? Where are the units? Drop is coming in. Yeah, they're going to get there just in the nick of time while doing this, leaving his Broodlords right now unprotected. But the medevac doesn't even get to drop. Oh, that hurts. I thought maybe he was retreating and I missed a drop, but nope. Just got screwed over royally. Wow. Just got screwed over right there. That really blows. So, let's see. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try going in SC2 gears. Let's see. Let's see what happens. That's a black screen. That's a very black screen. Here we go. SC2 gears, you are up. And... Let's... Yeah. Oh, replay search. No. Add folders. StarCraft 2. That'll be fine. Kaz. Whoa, I don't want to do that. Okay, just haven't fully set up everything from rebuilding, so my apologies there. Let's go to the injects, because I really want to see at 10 minutes what his injects look like, because Stephano, he's not a Mutalisk player, so let's see what his injects look like pre-10 minutes and after 10 minutes, because that's when the Mutas are very multitask heavy, and well, Stephano's injects probably drop. So, let's see. Mutas come out right about there, so up there, until time marker. 4.3 seconds. Oh my, that's the best I've actually seen Stephano inject. He has been practicing. I think that's the best injects I've ever seen, actually, now that I think about it. 4.3 seconds. I take everything back. I don't know how Stephano does that so well when he only uses 4 hotkeys, not hotkeying hatches individually. Very nice job, Stephano. 4.3 seconds, not bad at all. But you can see once the mutas come out, like, let's go to 12 minutes. Instantly 12.3, 13. And then right around here is when Kas does that base trade. So he doesn't have any queens, rebuilds them here. But you can see once those mutas come out, his injects are nowhere near what they used to be. And if I had another Stephano game, let's actually... Do I have another one? Let's see. Stephano, no, I don't there. Hold on, let's go back in the game. I can download one real quick, and we'll see one where hopefully Stephano goes infestors, and we'll see what his injects look like after, like throughout the game. If they drop off like that, I don't think they will. So give me 1 second. Let me just go to drop SC and find a game. And there's actually another Empire.Kas game. So we'll download this. Finder. Let me just copy this to my documents. Replays. Just a second, guys. There we go.
Replay saved.
Boom. So let's go back in the search source. List all replays. Stephano, let's see, this is the second game. So the 10-minute mark here, 6.6 seconds. Not as good, but let's go to, let's see, what was the other game? Let's go 15. So here he went from 4.3 to 24. So like a 20-second jump. Here, he goes from 6.6 to 14.7. So 4 to 24, that's like 6 times as bad. Here, it's only about half as bad, to put it in perspective. So Stephano definitely much better with his injects when it does come to his infestor playstyle, which is maybe why he kind of does prefer it. Infestors are very good units too, but I could see why you'd want to use Infestors if it's easier to inject, because as many Zergs say, injecting wins games, and I don't disprove that theory, because I think it does. And that's why I always try to highlight the Zergs injects. Kas Mako, pretty darn good, and that is a 15 second, not 15 second, 15 granularity, whatever the heck that means. But pretty good Mako. What I expect of Kas, I think he has the best Mako out of any European Terran. APM, we can look. 71 Micro, 89 Mac. No, that's Macro. 71 Macro versus 89 Macro. Stephano 148 Micro versus 89 Micro. Redundancy, Stephano at 48. Kas at 30. EAPM 122 versus 112. Spammy APM is 238 versus 161. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the cast. Let me know if the quality did drop in this video. I'm going to be saying that throughout the next few videos while I just get confident with this setup. But take care, guys. I'll see you around.